Okay, let's take a look at this problem from the textbook on working with averages. And they say here, suppose that after 6 quizzes, you have a mean score of 40, and have a possible 60. If you get a score of 50 on the next quiz, what's your new mean? And they say, what's the maximum mean score after that you could have the next quiz? What's the minimum score? So we got a couple different things here that we have to do. And if we take a look at the help me solve this, what they show here is that the mean is taking and adding up all the values that you have and dividing by how many you have. So for example, in this case, we have 6 scores and we're going to divide by 6, and we have to end up with an average of 40. So you could think of taking, for example, 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus 40. That would be 6 scores that when you add them up, you get 240, and then you divide by 6 to get 40. So that's where he gets here, this 40 times 6. He's saying that you have 6 scores, and say they were all 40. So you'd have 6 40s. And we get 240. I'm going to check the answer here and say excellent. Okay, so now if we take, and it says here that the next score is a 50. So we already had 6 scores of 40 that added up to 240. So we're going to take this 240 and add the new score into it and get a total of 290. And we'll click check answer. Okay, we did fantastic on that. Now we're dividing by 7 because we have 7 scores now. These were the 6 scores. This was the 7th score. We added them up, divide by 7. And that's going to give us our, let's see, 290 divided by 7, 41.4. Which makes sense. Our average went up a little bit. Okay. So now, if you get a 50 on the next quiz, that's your new mean. So we're doing a little better. Now the best we could possibly do on the 7th test is a score of 60, because there's only 60 possible points. Okay. So now if we take same number up here, we had the 6 scores were 240, and then we add 60 to it. So we get 300. Man, we did great. So we move on, and we're going to take that 300 divided by 7. Again, this is the 6 scores here. We're letting the 7th score be 60, so when we add them up, we get 300 divided by 7, and we're going to end up with 42.9. So 42.9. Okay. Now, so the maximum score that we could get after 7 quizzes is 42.9 on our average. And they say, what's the worst you could do? So that's if we scored 0. Okay. Therefore, if we take the 240 plus 0, we get 240. And we have to divide it by 7 because that was our 7th quiz score. So we're going to take 240 divided by 7. And we get 34.3. Okay, great. So that's the worst we could do after our first 6 quizzes were 240, and we don't get 0, we can end up with this. So that's it.